Welcome. In my last video, I have analyzed a single stage compressor. We have obtained an expression for work done for compression and an important parameter which is volumetric efficiency. So, in this video, we are going to analyze multi-stage compressor and we will also discuss various advantages of using multi-stage compressor. So, let me firstly tell you about some of the limitations of single stage compressor. One thing is you cannot obtain high delivery pressures because we are restricting ourselves to a single stage. Second thing is we are having a term which is volumetric efficiency, and we have seen that volumetric efficiency reduces with the increase in pressure ratio, and if you use a single stage for getting very high pressure, then obviously the clearance effect will directly affect the volume which is sucked in and reduce the volumetric efficiency. Now, it can be easily understood from this PV diagram. Let me consider that initially the delivery pressure is P2. So, this is the delivery pressure, suction is at P1. So, P1 to 0.1, that is suction, 1 to 2 is the compression and 2 to A is the delivery, and because of the clearance effect you have this expansion from 1 to B. So, actual volume which is sucked in is from B to 1, but now suppose I increase pressure to P3, delivery pressure to P3 instead of P2, then what happens? Clearance is the same since you are using same compressor, same stage, single stage. Now, what has happened is this is the pressure which is reached at the end of the compression, air is delivered, and point C is the point at which piston can reach, topmost point at which piston can reach, and remaining air remains in the clearance. So, again during suction it will expand, but the expansion will occupy more volume because this is in the clearance you have air which is at higher pressure. So, it will occupy more volume, and suction will start only when the pressure inside the cylinder falls below the atmospheric pressure. So, each time when you go on increasing the pressure, delivery pressure, the actual volume which is sucked in will go on decreasing, and a stage will come when the pressure reaches 0.4, where whatever air is being compressed, same air will expand and there is no delivery, delivery is 0. So, in this case you do not have any compressed air delivered to the receiver. So, this is one of the important limitation or constraint of the single stage compressor, because you have a fixed clearance and that clearance effect will come into play and it will affect the volume which is sucked in. So, at 0.4 you will not have any delivery of air to the receiver. So, there comes the role of multi-staging. Now, the advantages are many, but I have listed some of the advantages here. One is you can obtain very high delivery pressures, because since you are using multiple stages, more than 2, you can get high delivery pressures. Then, since you are dividing total pressure ratio into number of cylinders, depending on number of cylinders, each cylinder will have particular pressure ratio, and since the pressure ratio is optimum in each of the cylinder, like suppose I want to deliver air at 10 bar, if you have a single cylinder or single stage compressor, then the pressure ratio will be 10 divided by 1, which is the suction pressure. So, that will be equal to 10. But now, if I have 2 stages, then I can divide this pressure ratio into 1 to 4 or 5 and then 4 to 10. So, now in each stage you are reducing the pressure ratio, which will directly affect the volumetric efficiency. So, volumetric efficiency if you are using single stage compressor will be very low, but since you are dividing pressure ratio of total pressure ratio in each of the stages, in different stages, the volumetric efficiency will be higher. Another thing is you will get uniform torque, because in a single stage compressor when there is suction, the torque requirement may be less. During compression the power requirement or the torque requirement is high. But when you have two stage, let us assume that this is a two stage compressor. In two stage, one cylinder will be in suction, another will be in compression. So, the torque is nearly uniform throughout the revolution of the crankshaft. So, uniform torque will also increase the life of the components, and since you are dividing total pressure ratio into number of cylinders, the leakages are also less because the pressures at the outlet are lower. So, now when you talk about multi-stage compressor, there is another component which is called as an intercooler. Now, intercooler, as the name suggests, it is a heat exchanger which is used for cooling air in between two stages. So, let us assume that there are two stages. In the first cylinder, air is sucked in and delivered to the second stage, but before delivering it to the second stage, it is cooled, air is cooled in the intercooler. So, some of the heat is rejected to the atmosphere. So, the air which second stage receives is at lower temperature, and then it further compresses and deliver it to the receiver. So, the PV diagram, if you draw a PV diagram, it shows that from 7 to 1, this is the suction in first stage, 1 to 2 is the compression in the first stage, and 2 to 2 dash is the intercooling. So, 2 to 2 dash is the intercooling. Now, because of intercooling, if you assume that the pressure remains constant in this intercooler, since air is not a viscous fluid, you can assume that the losses are less and the pressure nearly remains constant. So, 2 to 2 dash, if I assume that it is a constant pressure process, because of the reduction in temperature, there will be reduction in the volume. So, instead of compressing air in the second stage from point 2 to 3, I am reducing the temperature to 2 dash and then compressing it in the second stage. So, new compression process will be 2 dash to 3. Now, assume that there is no intercooling, air is compressed from 1 to 2 in the first stage, delivered to the second stage, and again compressed from 2 to some point 3 dash here. You can see that the area which is increased in this case. When you do not have intercooler, the area is slightly more because you are directly compressing air from 2 to 2 dash. But if you use intercooler, then area is reduced and it will be behind curve 2 dash to 3. So, intercooler actually saves the work which is required for compression, and it also increases the volumetric efficiency of the second cylinder, because since you are reducing the temperature, the volume or the mass, actually mass which is inducted in the second cylinder is increased. So, now you have this as the PV diagram for a two stage compressor. Again, in the second stage it is compressed, delivered. So, 3 to 4 is the delivery, and 4 to 5 is again expansion of the air which remains in the clearance in the second stage. So, actual volume which is sucked in the second stage is from 5 to 2. So, V2 dash minus V5 is the actual volume which is sucked in the second cylinder. So, this is PV diagram for two stage. Now, this we have already discussed. So, let us begin with the analysis. Now, area behind curve 2-1, that gives you work which is required in the first stage, right, minus area behind 6-7. So, this gives you work which is required in the first stage. Similarly, area which is behind curve 3 2 dash minus area behind curve 4 5, that gives you work which is required in the second stage. So, n by n minus 1 P1 V1 or VA, P2 by P1 n minus 1 by n minus 1, that gives you work which is required in the first stage. Similarly, for second stage it will be P2 V2 dash n by n minus 1, P2 V2 dash, pressure ratio is P3 by P2 dash or P2 raised to n minus 1 by n minus 1. So, this is the work done which is required for compression in these two stages, work which is required in the first stage plus work which is required in the second stage. Now, let us assume some things which will simplify our analysis. So, we have P1 V1 which is equal to MRT1, P2 V2 dash equal to MRT2 dash. Now, if I assume that temperature T1 which is inlet of first stage is equal to temperature T2 dash, T1 equal to T2 dash, that means intercooler has removed all the heat which is added in this first stage. So, T1 and T2 dash, they are same. If I assume that, then it is called as a perfect intercooling. It is called as a perfect intercooling, and I can write this expression as P1 V1 that is equal to P2 V2 equal to MR T1 or T2 dash, whatever. So, now if I consider perfect intercooling, then what will happen is this P1 V1 and P2 V2 dash, they are equal to MRT1. So, I can take it common. If I assume that n the polytropic indices for first stage and second stage during compression and expansion, if they are same, they may be same or they may not be same, but if I assume that they are same, then this will also be same in both the stages. So, if I take this common, then I will get a simplified expression for work done which is n by n minus 1 P1 V1, and in bracket I am remained with P2 by P1 n minus 1 by n, P3 by P2 raised to n minus 1 by n minus 2. So, that I have written here. So, this is our new expression for work done, but again for this you should know all the pressures, but generally in most of the cases we know only inlet pressure and delivery pressure. Intermediate pressure, they are generally not known. So, how to obtain intermediate pressure? So, for that what I will do is I will differentiate work done with respect to P2 and equate it with 0. So, that I will get a condition for minimum work which is required for compression if you have two stages. So, for minimum compression work, the intermediate pressure should be optimum, and to obtain that optimum intermediate pressure, what I have done, I differentiated work done with respect to P2 and I will equate it with 0. So, that I will be doing now. Now, we have an expression which is in terms of n minus 1 by n, right, n by n minus 1 P1 V1 P2 by P1 raised to n minus 1 by n plus P3 by P2 raised to n minus 1 by n minus 2. What I will do is I will assume that n minus 1 by n is equal to x, and then I will simplify this expression and I will write it in this form. N by n minus 1 is 1 by x P1 V1. So, I will take all the terms in the numerator, so that it will be simple for me to differentiate this with respect to P2, and then I will differentiate and equate it with 0. So, these terms are constant, only P2 is varying. So, I will take differentiation of P2 only in these two terms, and then I will write an expression for dW by dP2 and I will equate it with 0. So, this differentiation is written, differentiation of P2 raised to x is x into P2 raised to x minus 1, this is constant, I will write it as it is. Then P3 raised to x is also constant, I will write it as it is. And then P2 raised to minus x, differentiation of this term is minus x, P2 raised to minus x minus 1, and minus 2 differentiation is 0. And then I will equate it with 0. So, simplifying, if I simplify this, arrange the terms properly, equate it with 0, I will get P2 as under root of P1 into P3, that is geometric mean of suction pressure and delivery pressure. I can also write it as P2 square as P1 into P3 and P2 by P1 as equal to P3 by P2. So, for 2 stages, P2, which is optimum pressure, intermediate pressure, it should be such that P2 by P1 should be equal to P3 by P2. That means, if the pressure ratio in each of the stage is same, then the work which is required for compression in a 2-stage compressor will be minimum, right. So, for x number of stages, I can write this pressure ratio, which is P2 by P1 equal to P3 by P2 equal to P4 by P3, right. For x number of stages, I can write this expression. So, for each stage, the pressure ratio will be same. For x stage, it will be Px plus 1 by Px, which will be same as P2 by P1 or P3 by P2, whatever. So, for each stage, the pressure ratio is maintained same, then only you can say that the work which is required will be minimum. Now, it is okay that pressure ratio is same. How to obtain intermediate pressure? So, we will derive that. So, if I take P2 as under root of P1 and P3, that I have already obtained, right. So, P2 by P1, that is equal to pressure ratio. So, P2 can be written as Rp into P1, P3 can be written as Rp into P2, but P2 is Rp into P1, P2 is Rp into P1. So, P3 is Rp into P2 and P2 is Rp into P1. So, I substitute it here. So, P3 becomes Rp square into P1. So, for 2 stage, I can write pressure ratio from this expression. I can write pressure ratio if I know initial pressure and final pressure. I can write Rp as under root of P3 by P1, P3 by P1, under root of P3 by P1. Similarly, if I have 3 stages, then I have another pressure which is P4, which is delivery pressure, as Rp into P4 as Rp into P3. Similarly, P5 will be Rp into P4. So, if I have P4 as Rp into P3, P3 I have already written as Rp square into P1. So, I substitute that. So, it will be Rp cube into P1. So, Rp, if you have 3 stages, will be cube root of final pressure, that is delivery pressure P4 by suction pressure of first stage, that is P1. So, for x number of stages, whatever is the final pressure at the end, that is delivered from the x stage divided by P1, if you take the xth root of that ratio, then I will get Rp. Once I get Rp, I can easily get intermediate pressure, because Rp is equal to P2 by P1, P3 by P2, P4 by P1, Px plus 1 by Px. So, likewise, each intermediate pressure, if I know P1, I can calculate P2, because P2 is Rp into P1. Now, if I know P2, I can calculate P3, because P2 is Rp into P3. So, likewise, I can get all the intermediate pressures. Now, since we have obtained that with optimum intermediate pressure P2 by P1 is equal to P3 by P2, I can write an expression for work done, which we derived earlier, as n by n minus 1 P1 V1. This was the derived expression, P2 by P1 raised to n minus 1, P3 by P2 raised to n minus 1 by n minus 2. So, P2 by P1, that is this term, and P3 by P2, this term, they are same. and n values are also assumed to be same. So, I have a reduced expression which is 2 into P2 by P1 raised to n minus 1 minus 2, and if I take 2 common, for 2 stage compressor, the work which is required is equal to 2 into work which is required for any one stage. If I consider it as first stage, then it will be 2 into n by n minus 1 P1 V1 P2 by P1 raised to n minus 1 by n minus 1. So, this work which is required by one of the stage multiplied by number of stages will give you total work which is required when you assume that there is perfect intercooling and pressure ratios are optimum, or intermediate pressure ratio is optimum. That means it follows the condition that pressure ratio in each of the stage is same. So, for x number of stages with perfect intercooling and optimum intermediate pressure, you can write total work as x into work which is required for any one of the stage, and generally we consider it to be the first stage. So, this expression can be used for obtaining work which is required in the multi-stage compressor. And if you do not know volume, you can use temperatures. So, you can just equate this PV equal to MRT, and then you can obtain this value of work done. So, and again one more thing, if you have a case in which first stage is not perfectly or the delivery of the after the first stage is not intercooled properly and the intercooling is not perfect after first stage, but from second stage onwards if the intercooling is perfect, then what you can do is you can apply this expression for the next 2 stages, calculate work done for first stage separately and add them. That will also give you the total work done, which will be correct value. So, what we have discussed? We have obtained an expression for multi-stage compressor, work done in case of multi-stage compressor. We have assumed intercooling to be perfect, and we have obtained that the pressure ratio is same in all the stages. This is obtained after differentiating work with respect to intermediate pressure, that is P2, and equating it with 0. So, we got this pressure ratios in each of the stage to be same, which is denoted as RP. And then if you want intermediate pressures, you can use a simple formula like P2 is equal to RP into P1, but RP can also be obtained using the expression, that is x root of final delivery pressure by the suction pressure of the first cylinder. Like suppose you have 2 stages, then the final delivery pressure will be P3, suction pressure will be P1. If you have 3 stages, final pressure will be P4, the suction pressure will be P1. So, you need to take either square root, cube root, fourth root depending on number of cylinders, and the total work done is obtained by multiplying work which is required in any one of the stage into number of stages. So, that is all about the analysis of multi-stage compressor. Thank you.